Welcome to the Coda podcast. I'm Roo from Roo Films, and this intro is a bit different to usual as I am currently in a travel lodge in the middle of a double header of weddings. It's that time of year, isn't it? After these weddings, I'm going to have 15 in the edit queue, so it's at that crunch point of the year. I hope you guys are all surviving out there and getting through it. I'm just trying to find any time I possibly can to get these podcasts out to you. And this one's a cracker. It's with Russell Kent Nicholls, and we cover lots of topics during this chat, including how he poses his couples for his trademark couple shoots, his unique package options which allow for maximum creativity and minimal stress on a wedding day, and of course his newest venture, Wedola, a CRM system designed specifically with videographers like us in mind to help run our businesses and free up time for those more creative endeavours. So let's dive in. Good evening, Russell. Welcome to the podcast.
Good evening, Roo. Thank you for having me. I feel like I've been on here before, but I think I haven't, have I?
No, you haven't. No. And you mentioned that when I contacted you about it. You're like, have I been on before? It's because you just a podcast whore. Is that what's happening, Russell? Are you just losing track?
I haven't been. You know, I've said no to them for the last year because I've just been too busy and I can't be bothered, quite frankly. So, but yeah, when you emailed me, I was like, absolutely. I've been listening to yours. I put yours on when I'm driving to weddings in the hope that I'll be inspired. And I was just listening last week to yours and Bronte's as well.
Yay.
Really good. Shout out to Bronte Lover. And I texted her afterwards. Well, actually, yeah, while I was listening, I texted her and said, I wholeheartedly agree with you about content creators. So there's that. That's the story for another day.
Yeah, that's like a real hot topic at the minute. We'll see. We've got a lot to get through today. We may dive into that a little bit, but we'll see. But yeah.
Okay.
But right, okay. I'm going in deep. I'm going to give you the Coda treatment.
Okay.
And let's just go into the questions that I always ask. There's a few questions that I love to ask everybody because I'm nosy, and this kind of scratches that itch for me.
Yeah.
So first question: how many weddings do you shoot each year on average?
About 15 to 20. This year, I think, was 19, and then I had a couple of 17, then I had a couple of last minute ones, which I took on. So yeah, 19, I think my Wedola says.
Yeah, so, Wedola. We're going to get onto Wedola as well, right?
No, a little plug there. No,
lay the little seeds, mate. Lay the seeds.
Yeah, 19. I think I would like to do 15 next year, and I'm quite far off of that right now. So yeah, maybe 15, maybe 5. We don't know. We'll find out and wait and see.
But the target has previously been 20, but now then you're looking to drop down to 15, kind of thing. What kind of motivates the number that you go for? Is it kind of just time spent that you want to spend on the weddings, or free time you want?
Yes, I think I've definitely been burnt in the past doing back-to-back weddings. Just absolutely cannot do that. I think also when I was using the Ronin 4D, which I'll let you into a secret, I don't have it anymore. I sold it. But we'll touch on that later. There is just no way I could physically move after a wedding. Like, I needed a few days in between. But these days I'm doing the bridal campaigns as well. So I do about 10 of those a year, and some commercial bits in between as well. So I think like around 10 is a good number, just as like financial security basically. And then any extra, if I like the sound of it, then I'll have a listen to what they've got planned.
So what are the bridal campaigns then? What's that?
So yeah, people always wonder what this is. It's basically so the dress shops and the dress designers for their websites, e-commerce, in-store displays, and most importantly social media reels and content, basically creating a catalogue of all of the new release dresses. So for example, a brand will get in touch and they'll say, right, we've got a new collection coming out in September. Are you available on these dates? We're going to go to somewhere near, say, Barcelona, and it's a 3-day thing. And then we shoot on the middle day, and we've got a model, hair and makeup artist, photographer, a handful of assistants, people from the stores, and then we basically just work our way through from start to finish of like 10 dresses on average, and then maybe 4 or 5 accessories, so maybe a veil, a clip, a belt, anything that kind of goes in that collection. and then I'll put that together, individual videos basically for each product, and also what I call a mega mix reel, which is like a little launch clip of all of the dresses put together. So you might see me post just like random models in dresses in foreign locations on my Instagram, and I love doing them. I just love doing those.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. So it's kind of like a styled shoot that you get paid for in a way.
Yeah, so I've been approached about style shoots in the past and kind of doing portfolio content. It doesn't really make sense for me so much anymore because I've got those jobs. And I think for anybody that is still doing style shoots, that would be the ultimate game, wouldn't it? To be able to then get paid for those. So yeah, all of the hard work from style shoots in the past has paid off, and they pay quite well, and it's quick turnaround for me. Like I can get them back within a couple of days, and then invoices paid, and we do the next one. So I do about 10 of those a year.
Is it kind of like lifestyle shoot? Is it like you've got them out in a wedding environment and shooting them, or is it kind of white background?
It's all on location. So typically the brand would hire either a private villa, and luckily we get to stay there as well sometimes, so we can like use the pool, get food delivered, so it's really good fun. It's typically just one model for most of the campaigns, and then myself and the photographer will take it in turns to shoot each dress, and we're directing as well, so we also have to make sure that we mentally tick off like a wide shot of the front, full length of the back, any specific detail that dress has in particular, like any buttons or zips or pockets, just to put together like a short 15-second video for each dress. Honestly, it's so much fun because I really love directing. I love directing, and it's really great
because you get like complete freedom really there, because it's not like a time constraints of a wedding day. I mean, you've got time constraints of the production, but you've got an active model there that knows what they're doing to a certain degree, and you get to just go wild with it, I guess.
That's it.
Do you bring any of that kind of that attention to what you need from the dress? Does that then make its way into your wedding films as well when you're shooting the dress on a wedding day, or is it not as much?
Not so much, I think, because it's a bit more structured in terms of what I need to tick off, and I've got about 6 minutes per dress before it's like time to move on to the next one. But I guess probably the other way around. The shots that I've maybe got of my couples, I might then relate to how the dress might work on the model. So yeah, I guess those skills are transferable for sure. Yeah.
And how did you get into doing those kind of like the wedding dress? What are they called? Sorry, what did you call them?
Well, bridal editorials. I don't know. That's what I call them. I don't know. Yeah. So just posting online, basically. The brands saw my work. I think probably mostly from the style shoots that were more of my own portfolio content and workshop stuff that when I used to run a workshop years ago, that's what they've said. They saw those ones. And I think when I was trying to build the portfolio a bit more back in the day, where I would maybe like pay for a model and get like put on a style shoot, self-funded, for just me and the photographer. I think they saw those and was like, hey, fancy a go at this?
Nice.
So yeah,
isn't it amazing the opportunities that can come up from you can put the work in, put yourself out there, and then kind of you're attracting what you want then, aren't you, by putting out in the universe the kind of work that you want to be shooting, kind of thing.
Yeah, what you post you get more of, so it definitely works.
Packages and prices. What are your packages and what do you offer?
So I keep it really simple. Basically, I've got 2 packages, and each of those is either the UK version or the international version. Yeah. So let's start with, I couldn't really think of any fancy names like Platinum or anything like that, so I just called them Package A and Package B. Very creative. So Package A is basically, it's absolutely no frills. It's like a 5-minute highlights video. And for me, I love doing those because I can just rock up. I take 2 cameras, but I can just rock up. It's all shot from one camera. I'm just using like a zoom lens on the Lumix on a gimbal, and I'm just filming clips, and I'm so chilled. And the photographer, I shot one last week, and the photographer said to me, panicked during the ceremony, "You don't have a tripod?" And I was like, No, I'm chill. And he's like, "Oh, he's so relaxed." I was like, "Yeah, Package A, mate."
Package A.
It's Package A. Nothing to worry about. So yeah, I just basically hit record, shoot a little bit, hit record. But for that doesn't include full ceremony edits or full speeches edits, because it is obviously just one camera. For those things, you're going to want at least two, right?
Yeah.
But what happens afterwards is my clients are like, so like, do you have the speeches? Do you have the ceremony?
Surely
So what I've started doing is I just roll the whole time anyway.
yeah.
And if they're nice about it, I will give them some. But I will just say, like, disclaimer, this is all just in one long thing. There's bits where I've moved around. There might be bits where the focus has jumped to another person and they're like, it's fine, we don't care, we just want to see it. And then it's also like a good little gift. At the end of the day, I'm only going to delete it, so they might as well just have it. So you're
micing people up then. In package A, you're putting mics on people for the ceremony speeches.
Just for ceremony vows. Speeches, I'll kind of place a mic in the room so that if they're using a handheld mic, they'll be able to hear it. It won't be like as clear as it would be if I was to tap in properly. But you know, a lot of bridesmaids are sat there filming the whole thing on their phone anyway, the speeches, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's going to sound a little better than that. So yeah, just a nice little gift if they do, if there's something special that they think, oh shite, I should have got that.
Yeah.
Then it's something I can give. And so package A for the UK is priced at 2,500 plus VAT, so 3,000. And then for international, so anything outside of the UK is, oh God, I don't remember. Let's say 3,500 plus travel. So that would work out probably on average about 4,500. And for a lot of people, most people that don't know what they want when they come to thinking about, like, what do they want from the wedding video? They don't know. They've seen the trailers, they've seen videos, and what is the right length? They have no idea. Quite often, for people that have less of a budget, that is the perfect summary of the day. Like, if you sit and watch 4 or 5 minutes, it's quite a long time. You can cover a lot in that. And I love filming them because it's no pressure and it's not boring. You can shuffle it around. You've normally got enough room to work with one song with a bit of a dragged out intro. It's good fun. I would just do all of those if I can, and I think they've actually been a lot more popular in the last 12 months, probably because for economic reasons. So yeah, I love doing those.
I would as well. Like I offer a package which is similar. I call it the light package, like LITE.
Yeah,
it's basically that. I say one camera. The film they get has no narrative audio. It's just they'll have ambient audio in it possibly, but not necessarily. And I had one person buy it, book it, and I was like, yes, I'm going to get that freedom on the wedding day. And then they upgraded the package the week before. I was like, no,
don't do that.
But so, because I think I'd be able to shoot that like I used to shoot a wedding as a photographer, just going around, getting nice bits of B-roll, taking chances, gambling and for a nice shot rather than the safety coverage. Is that kind of how it plays out for you?
It's so much more creatively freeing for me. I'll give you a really good example. So I just finished editing a trailer for a wedding I did a couple of weeks ago, and because it was package A, mate, I was on my 100mm for speeches, whipping that camera around the bloody room. For people were crying. I've got close-ups of the groom's sister, tears rolling down her face, grabbing her face as the groom is talking about how he wished that his mum was there to see them get married. Oh my God, it was amazing. And I think when I'm typically doing the other one, like the full length dual cam speeches, I'm so focused on capturing the person speaking that sometimes I might miss those things. So yeah, it's so nice to be able to think, right, 2 seconds of that, whip, 2 seconds of that, and then also be able to move around a lot more during the ceremony and not worry about like, oh God, I've got my fat head in the ceremony again, because I would just think, what, I look like a gormless moron at the end of the ceremony there. So with, package A, mate, don't have to worry about it.
That's it. There's no chance of getting in your own shots on package A.
No, it's great.
I think we all need a bit of package A in our lives.
We do.
So in package A, sorry to dwell on it too much, but it fascinates me.
Yeah.
So ceremony, are you for the whole day, are you on a gimbal then?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so the ceremony, the entire time you'll be on a gimbal, and would it be the same for speeches as well on a gimbal?
I don't take it off the gimbal. Yeah, it literally comes out of my bag, this bag, the K&F concept bag. Assemble it all, because I've got the V-mount battery attached to the handle, it's just powering the Lumix camera with a dummy. That will... Oh, and then I've got the extended battery grip for the Ronin RS4. So that will last... I could literally shoot for about 4 days without recharging. It's just amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's so
Your
freeing.
arms, man. Like, I know you're in good shape. You must be absolutely ripped.
Do you know what? People go, oh, that camera looks heavy. And I think, I'm not going to say anything, but guys, I've been shooting on the Ronin 4D for 3 years. That nearly put me in the hospital. So the RS4, by comparison, is like holding an ice cream. I will take that and hold that all day.
Holding an ice cream.
Also, you can kind of rest if you fold away the tripod base, you can kind of rest it on your hip a little bit, can't you? So it does take the weight off. Yeah. It's an absolute dream. When the Ronin 4D, as much as I loved it, I made a decision, partly after speaking to Lumix about exclusivity, but I had to go to the chiropractor. I've got a health condition that I have. I don't know if I told you about that, but like quite a serious problem that is a progressive thing that's getting worse. I thought I need to change things up before this camera kills me, and I would be so tired that, you know, like that ache of your whole body the next morning. You think, oh my god, I can't get up. So yeah, this is just, I actually feel, since switching back to Lumix for my A cam, I feel reinvigorated, and I feel so much more creative because I can actually like walk. So yeah,
imagine if you went handheld with one camera, you'd be like living.
Oh, do you know what?
Could you ever do that?
I tried it. It's not for me. I think I actually use the Ronin in sport mode a lot, and also in FPV mode, which simulates a handheld move, but still with a bit of smoothness. Yeah. So for the dance floor, I will be switching the switch on the side to FPV, so it means that the camera is basically going to sway and rotate with your movements too. And then sport mode, which you can lock on by holding the M button and double clicking the back trigger. That basically just reduces the response time for any movement, so you get a really good like handheld style. So I think people do sometimes think when they look at some of the work, the energy mixture is different there, but it's all gimbal. And I think from working with planners and stuff, they definitely tend to prefer the detail shot on a gimbal, certain couple shots shot on a gimbal. And no disrespect to people that shoot handheld, I know it's so freeing and it can be done really, really well. I've tried it, it doesn't work for my style. But people like J Mac, like just amazing for handheld. They do. I feel like with handheld, you've got to lean into the energy of the couple and the day to amplify that with the camera movement. So lots of running, lots of moving. For me, mine just looks like shaky, like I've got Parkinson's. So yeah, it doesn't really work for me.
Yeah, fair enough. Like I can't imagine sat there through an entire speeches with like that gimbal going. Good lord, because I've started integrating a little bit of gimbal into my work this year for the first year, and I'm using it just for a couple of moments, like kind of confetti, aisle exit, room entrance, and even that's too much. I'm like, oof, yeah. This really hurts my arms, and you're doing it all day.
I think the faff though of taking it on and off is just I can't be bothered. And I'm sure every person that's listening right now, if they've used a gimbal, there has been a moment where something's gone wrong with it, where they've had to take it off or put it back on, and they are sweating, fumbling this bloody thing as fast as they can, and then it's not balanced. So I just leave it on there, set it up in the morning, balance my zoom in the mid range. That is obviously going to be my power for the whole day as well. So I'm just like, I click to lock it. It's got the auto locks now, and then it's locked. I can carry it in the other hand or just pop it down somewhere safe. And it's an absolute dream.
Yeah. You got your system nailed down. Yeah. So just one last question on that package A. So just in that film, are we having no narrative audio in that at all? Is it just the music and a bit of ambient possibly? It
depends. If the vowels were good, I will use them. I ask my couples, like, are you doing personal vows? And if you are, do you like the sound of your own voice? Because some people, to listen to themselves makes them want to vomit into a bag.
Yeah.
So I always ask before I start chopping it down and working it, just to kind of gauge how they feel. Quite often they actually change their mind afterwards and they're like, yeah, do you know what? I wish I would like it. So that definitely gives you something to work with in terms of matching the words to the visuals. Which I love doing that. But yeah, if not, and then it's just a song basically with a bit of sound effects and ambient audio from the camera. So I don't use the built-in camera on the Lumix, because I find it picks the
microphone.
Yeah, it picks up my directing too much, and I don't want a.
It's like an Attenborough documentary. You're narrating it.
It's just me. Honestly, it's just me going, yes. Oh, you look amazing. Which I do genuinely mean. It's just very, very jarring that I don't want. So I use the Rode. I use a combination. Basically, I've got the Rode Rode Wireless Pro, the little charger case, and then I've also got the DJI Mic 2, whatever. And obviously, they're both in their charging cases like AirPods. So one of them will go on in the morning, and I'll mount basically the two mics to the hand grip of the RS4, and then whenever I need to place one, I can just chuck it. I can just stick it to a radiator, or here, love, shove this down your bra. And then I've got that sorted, or put it in a guy's pocket if needs be. And then, so that's capturing the ambient audio basically straight.
Is that just to keep it away from you as much as possible? So it's more towards whoever you're filming basically, rather than...
Yeah. So
that's
like
clever.
Opening presents, here, shove this in your dressing gown bra. And then you've got the audio of like reading a note or whatever. And then the only thing is I do forget them sometimes, because I'm like, oh yeah, you know that mic we put in your bra, where is it? And then so I just keep looking at the little battery level on the screen. When that gets to like orange, I'll then put it back in the case, let it recharge, and swap it over with the DJI ones, which is basically just doing exactly the same thing. And then when that's dead, swap that over back to the Rode. And then for speeches, I record straight into those from with XLR cables. Or what
you're using to record? What's the field recorder you've got?
I'm using the Rhodes or the DJIs, because they've got internal, they've got the internal recording. So just, I don't understand audio, but the plug, the 3.5mm thing goes into the thing that the man has and says, yes, I'll do it for you. And then you look on the little thing and it says that there's some connection, and then job done. It's going straight from the mic to your wireless receiver, which is then feeding into the camera, but also recording internally into that Rode or DJI device as well. So you've got a backup.
Wow, I didn't know you could do that with those. There you go. That's sick.
Easy,
mate.
And tiny.
So, but we haven't spoken about package B.
Package B, yes.
What's package B?
So it's basically the same, but double the price, and it includes full ceremony edit, 2 cameras, full speeches edit, 2 cameras, highlights film, chronological order, which is about 15 minutes long, and that starts typically with like the best shot of the couple is like, or my favorite shot goes at the beginning, and then bang, then we kind of start the day from scratch. So kind of as soon as because I'm trying to think about how they're going to feel when they watch that. The first thing they see is them looking amazing, right? Yeah. So then they're not going to think, if the first shot was, say, the bride having her makeup done, not looking completely ready, she might think, oh God, look at me there. Whereas if you
sets the wrong mindset then, isn't it? They're already like on the back foot, going, oh, I don't look great. And then...
Absolutely. So I showed the best bit for about 3 seconds with maybe the song from the trailer.
So the trailer's in this package as well.
The trailer's
in
this package, yeah. Sorry, I just jumped forward a bit there. And then bang, we start from the beginning of the day. And then I kind of chop between, let's say it's a man and a lady, I chop between the two of them getting ready. So almost it's like I'm filming them at the same time, but actually I'm in different places. Then we'll go into first looks, ceremony, well, just the normal order of the day, basically, finishing on the party. And so that is like about a 15-minute video with some clips of speeches, and then not every bridesmaid coming down the aisle, but probably just the bride, the ring exchange, the kiss. That's pretty much it. If there is vows involved in that, then I might be able to work them in, but I'll probably just provide those in a separate video for the sake of ease for me. And And then they'll also, so they get the full ceremony and speeches videos, this 15-minute video, and the teaser trailer, which is about 2 minutes, and that's the best bit, the teaser trailer, to be fair. And when I look at the stats on VidFlow, people watch the speeches twice, they watch the ceremony once, they watch the highlights film 5 times, but they'll watch the teaser trailer like 200 times.
Really?
So,
yeah, that watching that over and over again, and that's
more
shot
fun
in landscape though, right? That's
everything's
not made for
landscape.
socials.
Yeah, everything's landscape, and then I'm just reframing it in post, basically, for portrait stuff. Any reels.
How many kind of songs, music tracks are you using in that kind of 15-minute film? Is it like about 3 or 4 tracks?
Probably about 4 maybe. So typically my trailers I try and make them high energy, if that's the vibe. That's that high energy song, because when I deliver that, I try not to say the word obviously a lot, because I do that a lot. When I deliver the trailer, it's normally within 2 days, 1 or 2 days after the wedding. They're still clearing away the stuff. They're still like, they're still on cloud 9. So I want to hit them with something that's really like a bloody brilliant flashback and high energy and happiness and a bit of tears.
And this is the 2-minute thing.
This is the 2-minute thing. So that will just be delivered to them within a day or 2 after. And then that song that I use, which is most likely going to be like my favorite song from their whole edit, will probably go at the end of the video for the dancing. And then just finish.
Right.
So it kind of ties in.
Because a key feature of your work is you've always using the kind of lyric version of the songs, right? Pretty much 90% of the time.
Yeah.
In fact, I think every film of yours I've seen is using the lyrical version of the song. Is it the same for those longer edits? Are you still using as a lyrics playing even when you've got like speeches and stuff like that? Or do you mix it with the instrumental?
For speeches, no, because I feel like that would be too jarring to try and listen to lots. So I normally will grab the instrumental version from MusicBed and put that underneath, and then I love being able as well, like you know that bit where the best man finishes his speech and he says, right, let's go get pissed at the end,
exactly like that.
About 10 seconds before we go into the reception, I use there's an effect in Final Cut called muffled, and it basically sounds like it's playing in the room next door. I don't know what the real name for it is, but I love to just get that song in just 10 seconds of muffled so they can hear it coming, and then it's like bang, straight into that party. I'll also use that muffled effect at the beginning of the video. I said about having a couple portrait shot. I love to, if let's say we've got a couple in a field, right, golden hour, looking hot, I will put Wind 8 from Final Cut, Country Day, Birds, and then I'll put the teaser trailer song in that clip, but put muffled on, so it sounds like they are away from the party. The party's going on in the reception, and they're just having a moment in 50 frames a second, and then it's like the start of the day. So kind of building the anticipation is just the little subtle things that I love to do.
Mate, that's awesome, because I just can imagine the feeling it's giving them as well. That's kind of subconsciously giving them the feel like they're in a field. Yeah. Obviously, I imagine seeing you guys, like seeing you and your partner in a field is, I don't know, it's a bit unusual, right? Yeah. But then you're giving it that context of the wedding day by having those sounds.
They can hear it coming.
And like, and it's like a calmness and a bit of a moment away from their wedding.
Yes, yeah.
But then you bring them into the wedding day as well, and I can imagine that's got some real emotional kind of, I don't know, like gravitas to it. So how much is the package B then for the UK?
Package B, mates rates or genuine price, if you're interested.
Genuine prices.
Genuine price. So it is for UK 4,000 plus VAT, so that's putting it at 4,800. Yeah. And then for international, I believe it is, I don't know, 6,000. I don't know, I can't remember. Whatever the brochure says, yeah.
So it's the UK price, but then you put in travel on top, basically. So
no, it's a bit more plus, and that's not including travel either. So yeah, probably about 7 average. But just to add, the package B international one covers 3 days. So welcome dinner, wedding day, post post-wedding, like pool party, celebration, anything like that. And I think it's really helpful actually to be able to be there for the 3 days, just because you get to make such more variety. And I think also in warmer climates, this is really biased of me, but there's just a lot more. There's just more to do and more variety of like, oh, palm leaves. Yeah. You can do the drone more because it looks nicer. Yeah. So
and people like on destination kind of weddings, or international, that everyone's on a holiday as well as attending a wedding, so the whole mood is a lot better. Like, and vibes. Every single day, there's none of this boring stuff. It's like every single day feels like a party. So like the more you're there, the more stuff you get. And I always think with like extended coverage of weddings, it makes the edit so much easier because you've got so much content to work with, haven't you? It's just,
definitely. I think also the thing with destination weddings is that if you're invited to a destination wedding and you're committing to going as a guest, you're obviously pretty close and important to the client. Yeah. So whereas a lot of UK weddings, you're just inviting auntie blah blah because your dad says that you should do. Whereas with destination, the people tend to have a bit more of like a closer bond, I think.
How many destinations do you do a year?
More than the UK stuff. So I think I've done like 18 or 19 flights this year. God, maybe I've done, I don't know, 8 this year.
Yeah. Wow, that's a big percentage, isn't it? So you're doing like 20 weddings or so. Yeah. And like so 8 of them are destinations. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And is that kind of like on purpose? Is that kind of like you're trying to target? You like to do those kind of trips?
Yeah, I'm very lucky. I don't have children. The only responsibility I have really is my dog, who goes to my mother-in-law's when I go away. And it's just, I'm so used to the travel now. It's just like getting on a bus. I prefer it because like I live in the southeast. I can get to the airport in an hour and a half. I'd rather do a 3-hour flight to Barcelona than drive 6 hours to Liverpool.
Yeah, fair enough.
Nicer weather. But
yeah, exactly.
Liverpool's not bad. I had a really nice wedding at Sefton Park Palmhouse. Is that
it smells weird in there, doesn't it? Did you notice that?
Damp.
It's just kind of like some of the flowers. I don't know, some of the plants have got a weird vibe to them, and it really. I got a weird thing with smells. Like, that's clearly because I'm thinking about it still at place. I was like, something's off here. The vibe's off. Smells weird.
I think that's just Palmhouses in general, though. Like Scion Park has got like a.
It's got a whiff.
Leafy smell.
Leafy smell. Yeah, it says it on the website. That's leafy how they draw the people in. Come here for the leafy smell. The films that you said that the teaser you can turn around within like 2 days, and what is your strategy for being able to do that? Are you pre-selecting songs ready for that film?
No, the song's always like the second to last piece, pretty much. Basically, I'll just run you quickly through my process of after a wedding, right? So I've come home, bags on the desk, plug in those cards and drone, shove all of the footage onto my NAS. So I've got 2 NAS drives, 2 NAS boxes, whatever. One of them's got SSDs in and the other one's got hard drives. So everything just goes into a folder called, I don't know, Mel and Sue, and all of the clips. So it just everything dumped in, not sorted. Open up Final Cut, drag that whole 300 clips onto a timeline, and it all loads in chronological order in log, looking awful. By the way, the NAS then copies that to the other NAS at 4 a.m. and then after that's completed, it goes to Backblaze. So I know that by the time I've woken up the next day, it's safe in the cloud.
Would Backblaze have uploaded it within that time then?
Yeah, so I've got 2 gigabyte, whatever it's called, broadband, like 2,000 meg. I'm so lucky because I live in a rural area. For years it was like the worst internet ever, and then a new independent provider started putting flyers out, and I was like, I don't care how much it costs, I'll pay £1,000. I really don't care. It's changed my life.
How much is that a month out of interest?
It's £49.
Oh, okay, bloody hell!
That is good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's great. And
I've got it.
So what's it up then? How much up are you getting?
The same, I think. Or
bloody hell!
So I think it's the same. But it's so fast that I'm limited by the speed of my ports on the hardware. On the hardware, it's like on the router, I think it's only got like 2.5 GBP whatever's on the back of the router. So yeah, I can't really go any faster. So that that's all done by the next day. But in the meantime, I will have applied the same look, let's say, to every single clip, just to have a base like color grade, and then I will start culling that. Not the same day of the wedding, like the next day. I'll basically just cut. So each clip I'll skim through, and I'll just be like, yeah, keep, and just backspace all of the crap out. So I've just got maybe maximum 3 or 4 seconds. Most of my shots are like 1 second, maximum 4. And then I just think, right, which are the key areas? Duplicate that project then. So I've got like my cold stuff ready for the highlights film. Then the trailer I've got there ready just to delete any bits that I don't think are going to make into the trailer. And that's culled it down to like 5 minutes or whatever. Then do another selection process of, okay, Russell, you really need to shorten this because you're giving too much away. Make a decision. Auntie Jackie, delete. And I try and make the most of the trailer about the couple.
Yeah.
And I say to them, like, don't worry, everybody is in the video. Just, I can't fit everybody in 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah, so that would just be like a mixture of high energy, beautiful couple portraits, any emotional moments, first looks. Try and keep the VIPs in there, so mum, dad, sister from both sides, if they're around, any grandparents. Then just trim that all down. Then I'll go and find a song, and I'll be like, right, here we go. Music bed, cinematic, tick, pop, tick, sort by, recently added. Okay, play, no, maybe download, nah, not working. And then basically just keep going through that until I go, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Rearrange, cut to the beat, whack on a title, upload, VidFlow, done.
Because what I've found really interesting about your teaser films, because these are the ones you got on YouTube, right, and a lot on your website.
Yeah.
The chronological order is jumps all over the place, and I'm just wondering how you make that decision of what to show when. Because whenever I've tried to kind of go out of chronological order, I kind of fall apart. Do you know what I mean? Because I was But like, how do you make those decisions to change and play with the order?
So looking at the build of the song, so any like, again, I don't know anything about music, but the big buildy point, that's when I'm going to
crescendo.
That's the crescendo, right? I'm going to put the big most important parts on the or after the crescendo, whatever. And yeah, just try and group similar paced shots together. So for example, guest candidates in the drinks reception garden, whatever, put a few of those together, then put a few party clips together. I feel like you can't do party, couple portrait, guest candids, dad reveal. It's got to be like 6 clips of party, then let's go to something. It's just I don't know, to be honest. That's the answer, but it just has to feel right when you're putting them together.
Yeah. Are you looking for just like a balance? So like you're looking for
so
points of that you want certain high energy bits throughout the film at certain points where the song kind of lends itself to it, and then filling in the gaps with a bit of balance throughout the rest. Absolutely.
The one. So I'm sitting on 3 really good weddings. One of them was like a British Indian wedding in Amalfi. The other one was a local wedding and a stately home and that's an older couple getting married for the second time to different people, not a renewal. And I've got like a same-sex wedding to post as well. So I've got like three things that are not just your same British heterosexual wedding, right? And the one that's the slightly older couple, I feel like that is probably some of my favorite work that I've done in a long time. Like I'd say it's been probably a couple of years since I felt like, that's really got my stamp on it. I can't wait to post it. And it's so emotional. I need to send them the trailer, but I'm just really hoping they let me post it because I love it. But I can't remember. Oh, yeah. So the song in that one, lyrical by an artist, can't remember her name, on Music Bed. So powerful, the lyrics. But yeah, just really making sure that any build matching those high emotion moments to the right parts. And it's a right kicker.
Yeah, that's what you want. Emotional anchors. I think that's what Aaron Kenny calls it in the
Is
edit.
that what they're called? Okay.
Yeah, well, that's what he calls it. Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? He's looking for the emotional anchors.
Yeah.
So, and what footage you have that's going to give the most emotional response.
Yeah.
And then putting those at those points to create emotional anchors throughout the wedding, the wedding.
Yeah.
And then you can put in whatever
flowing.
footage after that. It doesn't matter as long as like you're building to those points, kind of thing. Yeah.
As long as you hit them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Yeah, I love seeing, like, certainly I love high energy stuff, and I think I came into wedding filmmaking trying to be another Phil White, basically, and but it wasn't me. It's not my personality, and then I found myself drawn to more kind of the fun of a day. And as much as I tried to be Phil, I just my body wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
But now I've seen that I think it's more in fashion now to have a bit more of an upbeat edit, which I'm loving to see, and I love to see how people approach that.
Yeah.
Especially when wedding days to a certain extent can all be quite similar in terms of a template, but how people play with that and then build something that's unique and different, and really shows that kind of high energy that a wedding should be, basically.
Definitely. Oh, I love making a high energy video. If I could, I'd use hip hop music that's like aggressive, like like Jay-Z type stuff. There's a few artists on Music Bed that I'm like, this is amazing, but it's just not suitable for a wedding. I mean, it might be for the right client, but I just don't think it's what most people are expecting. But like, I think you would call it trailerized. Like a real, like, with big hits, and it's like apocalypse feeling. That is what I would love to do, but it's just not realistic for most people's weddings. It's just a bit over the top.
I bet Grace could pull it off somehow. Grace from Bottle Brush, who will
she
be
could.
seen at Coda. Yeah, I think that she has no rules when it comes to music. Anything she'd like, she'd manage to make fit.
She can get away with it though, because it's her.
10 years ago, I discovered the cheat code to life. Becoming a wedding filmmaker changed everything. It's taken me around the world, it's introduced me to incredible people, but most importantly, it's given me the freedom to build a business that fits around my family. And I want the same for you. Cheat Code is my complete online course for wedding filmmakers, and it's everything I've learned all in one place. Shooting, editing, and building a business that actually works. You'll see real behind the scenes footage, proven camera setups, editing walkthroughs, and the exact templates and structures I use to create stunning wedding films fast. If you're already a wedding photographer, there's a module just for you, showing how you can confidently pivot from photo to video. Plus you'll get my signature LUT, pricing guide, email templates, and the all-important cheat code data sheet, a tool that helps you make smart business decisions based on real data. Skip the guesswork, fast track your success, and get the cheat code today. Visit rue-films.com/course and use the code RUE100 at checkout to get £100 off. So you were using the was it the DJI? Is it the 4D? Is it? That's the
the Ronin 4D.
Tell me what that is.
So it's basically it was. I think they started development of that in like 2020, and it came out in 2022 February. It's a Cinemark camera that's got a gimbal built in, and it's got an interchangeable mount, so you can buy an L mount for it, E mount, M mount, and it's got a special feature which is the Z axis, which is an additional axis of stabilization, like the chicken head that people call it. 8K version available now, 100 frames a second, like all of the good stuff. Fantastic. However, it weighs 10 kilos, and to carry it you need a suitcase. Image quality lovely, colors a bit tricky, but yeah, I got sick of being stopped at customs with 5 of the batteries, and in some of the countries I went to, like Mexico, Mozambique, Morocco, I had it taken off of me at customs because they open it, rub their hands, and they're like, right, we want some money. Just really a faff, to be fair. And there was a point where during speeches I was getting quite dizzy and thinking, I'm going to pass out.
Good Lord.
So I just decided to sell it, and I sold it to a DOP for a good price for him, and he's very happy. He's using it on like proper films and stuff now, so it went to a good home. Because
didn't they film Adolescence on that camera?
They did, yeah. Everyone literally sent me the reel, and I don't watch TV. I don't watch any screens, like, except for when I'm working, because I feel like it's just too much. occasionally I watch a couple of things on Netflix, but yeah, people sent it saying, I think this is your camera. I think this is your camera. And then I sold it soon after. But yeah, it was really good. Definitely overkill for weddings, which is why not a lot of people are using it for that. But in the right scenario, a very powerful piece of kit.
But what are you now? What have you transitioned to?
So my Lumix representatives would always say to me like, oh, I wish that you would just be Lumix exclusive. So I said, well, come on then. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Sort me out. And I'm very fortunate that I've had a working relationship with Lumix for a while now. And I don't know if you saw, but a few years ago, I started shooting some of the ads for the launch of the cameras. So all of the cameras that I've got now all say sample on the bottom. I can't really see. Nice. I've got 6 of them. I'm only using 2. I'm using the S1 Mark II and the S1R Mark II, which is the 8K version. They're so good. They're basically like everything I loved about the S5 II, but with full frame. That's what I would say to my rep. I would say, I will come back to Lumix when you have uncropped slow motion. That's all I want. And built-in ND. So we're still working on that. Because that's what the Ronin 4D had, which was just a game changer. So yeah, now they've done it. The autofocus is better than it used to be back in the day. And
are you using autofocus?
Yeah, and I used to slate people that used it because I didn't have it. So, but now, yeah, I'm just using it for everything, and it's made my life a lot easier.
One of us.
I'm one of you. Yeah, yeah, and I love them. I feel like I've come full circle back to Lumix, and I feel like they're doing a really good job now, like working, because I remember looking at the Sony Instagram page, and obviously Sony were killing it with their YouTube influencers, and they spend so much money on sponsorships, don't they? So Lumix have really started to up their game lately. They've got the products. They are working with creators to get the word around, and I feel like a lot more people have been switching since they've got rid of the crop on 50 frames a second. So yeah, I love them. I don't think I would ever switch to anything else now.
What lenses are you putting on your cameras? So your main A cam, what have you got on that? You said you have a zoom, don't you?
Yeah, so they've given me the 24 to 60, but I also have the 28 to 70 by Sigma. They're very much the same, but I don't know, maybe if it was just a coincidence, but I look back at the colors of the wedding I did with the Lumix lens versus the Sigma one. I seem to like the Sigma more, but I do sometimes change my color grading between weddings because I try something different, and then by the time you've done like 5 weddings in, you think, oh, that first one looks awful. So I can't say it's the lens. I think it's probably just me, user error. But so 28 to 70 at the minute on Sigma. It's also a bit
what F is that? Is that an F?
2.8, but I never ever use 24 or 28. Minimum 35 because I just need that compression, and spend a lot of the day shooting at 70. To be fair, so yeah, really love that. Also, so I only take 2 lenses to a wedding. I take that and 100mm macro, and it's not for the macro feature. It's just because the Lumix primes are incredible. They're all so small. And the 100mm is quite cheap. It's a macro lens, but I use it mostly as just a replacement for an 85. So for speeches, like I said, crying, sister, huge, straight up in the face, brilliant.
When you're doing your ceremony and speeches, and you're doing you're doing package B, so you're doing 2 cameras.
Yes.
So I'm assuming you're having one camera on a tripod, and then you're gimbaling with your A cam.
Yeah.
What would your layout be? Where would you position in the ceremony that tripod camera, and what lens would you have on it? So
never ever have I put a tripod down the ceremony aisle. I just don't understand why anybody would do that. So I've got a really tall tripod that goes to like 1.8 meters. That will go, let's say you're stood where the groom is right now, looking at the bride coming towards you. That tripod camera is going to be up and above people sat on the right at the back. So it's going to be pointing diagonally across to him or her. And it's going to capture his reaction as the bride comes down the aisle, let's say. Also, it's tall enough so that when guests stand up, it still gets them. And then for the remainder of the ceremony, we'll cover that ceremony section. So it'll be my B cam to cut between while I'm moving. So, and the lens for that is a Samyang 35 to 150, which is bloody brilliant as well.
Yeah. So that's kind of like a wide safety then, isn't it, to cover your movements basically?
Yeah.
And during the speeches, are you doing a similar kind of setup? Is it just a big wide of the room and then you'll concentrate on speaking?
I would use the tripod camera to cover the top table. Yeah. So the couple specifically, and then use the 100mm now to track the person speaking, and then because I'm on the gimbal, I can go from the person speaking, drift down nicely to the bride's face, who's probably looking up at her dad or looking up at the person speaking, and then at the right moment drift back up to the person speaking, and then just very slowly and with intent moving around to those other people on the top table, like just it gives it a bit more of a cinematic movement if it's kind of drifting from person to person. So that's what I like to do. Oh
God, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see how that looks. I imagine it's amazing because so often during my speeches footage, I'm going for safety. Like I'm going for a nice shot on my A cam, but still it's of one person nice.
Yeah.
I'm not getting reactions, and I think that's what they will find very valuable to watch back of those films, is to see the reactions from the people they're speaking about and stuff like that. So
definitely
I'd love to bring that more into my films.
The other good thing about having that second camera is that if I do just decide to whip the gimbal to a guest that, you know, when they say, oh, thanks to Julie for coming all the way from Derbyshire, and you're like, who the fuck's Julie? And your eyes are going, looking, and everyone's clapping. You're like, right, who's the one person that's not clapping? That's Julie. And you just get to them in the nick of time. So the way that I do that is on all Ronin gimbals, if you hold the M button down, and that enables sport mode temporarily, you can just move so fast, so you don't have to wait, because some people say, I don't want to use a gimbal because it's too slow when I move. So if you hold the button and whip, then let go, it goes from sport mode to steady, and the reaction is just so fast.
Smash it onto Julie. Smash it back
onto
again.
Julie. That's it.
Brilliant. Right, I'm going to ask this question, the one that makes everybody stumble, right?
Yes.
I don't know how you're going to answer this.
Okay.
I can't even guess. I like to try and guess what I think people are going to say.
All right.
So who is your favourite wedding filmmaker?
Okay, so I thought about this question, and I tried to think of the right answer, and the honest opinion is I don't really have a favourite. I haven't consumed wedding filmmaking content for quite some time because it's all consuming, isn't it? I feel like I don't want to watch, in the nicest way, I don't want to watch more wedding videos when I'm trying to spend time finishing my own ones. But from what I see on Instagram, the quality of work that people are putting out these days is amazing. But when I think about what first inspired me and what wedding videos I used to put, if you put it on the TV on YouTube app, then that means you're into it, right? So I used to watch, and everyone knows this, my idol, White in Reverie. Just the way I can distinctly remember putting it on my big telly and just being like, this is something else. This is the way it's shot, the way the colours, the audio, just the cinematic experience that they're providing to their clients was just out of this world. That's what actually got me into Panasonic in the first place. And I know they don't do it anymore, but it was just, I feel like they're the OGs for me. They're like they're my wedding Britney Spears. I'll never not love them.
Their work still holds up now to look back on, doesn't it?
It does. It's just amazing. And there's been people that have tried, like me, that have tried to replicate that, and no one can touch it. But I would say, if I had to pick someone that's still in the running, probably J Mac. I don't know many people that can do handheld that well and keep that energy and storytelling up throughout the whole. Like theirs is proper proper filmmaking. It's amazing. And I met them as well. They're friends of mine, and they're so nice as well. They're such nice people. I can't tell you.
The bastards. Don't you hate that? It's not
got
when I
it
met
all.
you, I was hoping you were a knob, but no, it turned out to be like a lovely guy. I was like, you bastard. He's got it all.
Oh, thank you. No, they're so nice. And when I went on holiday to San Diego, we went out for dinner, which was really cool. And yeah, love them.
Yeah,
Love
I'm a newcomer to their work, actually. Like, I think I first heard about them when because they were on Dan and Jace's podcast.
Yeah,
and then obviously I went down the rabbit hole. Yeah,
Ireland. Where were we? Ireland, Scotland. I don't know.
Ireland, wasn't it?
Ireland. Yeah, it's all the same, isn't it? Yeah,
it's all the same. North of the border, over the sea.
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously went down the rabbit hole looking at their work, and they're the perfect kind of combination, as you say, like emotional storytelling, high energy, upbeat feel. Exactly what Wedding Day is, a roller coaster of emotions. But yeah,
and Jay's shooting everything on anamorphic now.
Really?
Yeah, and they're so humble as well. Like quite quiet, humble people that are just really nice. They deserve a lot of success.
If you are still delivering your wedding films on a USB or struggling to find a sleek professional way to showcase your work, it's time to upgrade your delivery experience with VidFlow, the ultimate online gallery for wedding filmmakers. With VidFlow, your couples can watch their wedding films in stunning quality on any device, including their TV, making it easier than ever for them to relive their best day with family and friends. Plus, with custom branding, easy downloads and cloud backup, you get a premium, hassle-free delivery solution that makes you look as professional as your films deserve. I've been using VidFlow for the last year, and my couples have been amazed by its slick interface, especially on their TV. It's like having their very own Netflix of their wedding films. You only pay for what you need, and each of my 4K galleries only cost me about £15, and they stay online for 10 years, so it's a complete no-brainer. Join thousands of filmmakers who have already made the switch, and try VidFlow for free by using the link in the description. Take your film delivery to the next level. Now let's get back to the episode. So the wedding day itself. Now, a big feature of your work, your portrait sessions do feature quite heavily, don't they, throughout your work? And I know that's something that you really enjoy doing on the wedding day.
Yeah.
And I'd like to know how that plays out. Like, how much control do you have? Are you just kind of piggybacking on what the photographer does, or are you having your say?
I'm definitely having my say. I think I learned pretty quickly from when I was a newcomer that you, as a videographer, you can't always just shoot what the photographer's doing, because it just doesn't always work. Especially if the photographer is keeping the couple in like a rigid pose shot, it's not going to work. And I totally understand that most people that I'm working with as couples it's their first time like doing this type of thing, so they're nervous as well, and they must think, oh, Russell, we're not models, like we don't know what to do. By the way, like Greg's really awkward. I say, guys, don't worry about it. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna start you off with some walk-in shots. So always start with like walking shots, holding hands, and just ease them into it slowly. But the way that I work with the photographers is that I prefer to take turns. So I let the photographer go first, just to be polite and give them a warm up as well. And so the photographer like has their bits with them static or whatever. And I don't shoot that, because another thing is if the couple is not used to having a camera on them, having two on them in an intimate moment at the same time could be a little bit off-putting as well. So I basically will just like watch, and then I'll say to the photographer, I'm going to go after you. Is that all right? I'll be really quick, I promise. And they go, yeah, no worries. And then I always say to them as well, if you want to shoot this while I'm shooting, please feel free, like have whatever you need. I will normally give the couple some direction that will work for video, try and feature them both equally as well. So quite a common pose is to have people go tummy to tummy and then put their arms around their husband or wife. I love things like arms going up the sleeves, feeling the back of the neck, forehead to forehead, kissing on the forehead, like nose to temple. I have a few poses that I kind of work through, and that if nothing is kind of springing to mind, and I'll make sure any perspective that I'm getting, I'll get the other person as well. Right. If it works, because not all poses and all angles are either flattering or work with different heights and things like that. So yeah, we try and do 2 couple portrait sessions on a wedding day. So one normally after the ceremony around the group shot time, and then if there's a golden hour or some late night party stuff, we'll do another one then if time permits.
Yeah. So it's just a case of have you almost got like a playbook in your mind of like the kind of poses that you go through, which is adaptable to the couple depending on kind of height and things like that?
I think it just depends. I'll roll out a few of the faves if I'm like, right, we've got 20 minutes to do this couple portraits. I think it also depends on the venue, doesn't it, as well, whether you're inside, outside, whether the light is good. Like there's so many variables to your couple portrait session that if you can get a good one, you're quite lucky, really. So and if all else fails, just film them walking. I love capturing like the shoes and the hands holding and just like the dress trailing behind the bride, just things like that are just little, doesn't show everything, but they're things that those shoes have gone in a box now, and just little things like that, just to add, getting loads of different angles, different focal lengths, just to add for variety. You can get
so much from just one long walk.
Yeah,
and loads of different angles. Done. Yeah. Absolutely. And your films, there's a real strong sense of kind of like style and the aesthetics. So everything always seems to look so perfect. Do you have much kind of control in that on the day? Are you just shooting what's there, or do you take steps to kind of create before your eyes the things that you want to be shooting? Does that make sense?
Yes. So during the run up to the wedding, I do say to my couples, like, I am going to capture the day as it unfolds, but if in the moment there is something that may look better in a different position or different lighting, is it okay if I step in and make a suggestion? And they always go, yeah, please just tell us, we'll do whatever you want. So I go, okay, cool. So there is, I think that my connection with brides specifically is something I really love, because I'm able to, obviously being a homosexual, I can be like, I can touch their hair and move it if it needs to be, or I can say, babe, you've got mascara on your eyelid, we need to sort it out. Or they don't mind me being in the room when they get changed. So I feel like we develop a bit more of a bond, that they feel a lot more comfortable with me giving them tips that they appreciate, that I've looked out for. And I think working on the bridal campaigns has helped with that as well. So I always ask permission as well before you touch or do anything. So even if you're like good friends with the bride, I'll say, do you mind if I touch your hair? And they go, oh yeah, please do. And so never touch without asking. They appreciate the advice if it's going to make them look better.
Absolutely. Because I totally agree in that, because I came from like a documentary photo background, and back when I started, it's like a case of, we're almost like war photographers. You got to like shoot what's there, even if there's a mess, that's part of the wedding day. But my outlook on that has changed massively, because gradually, bit by bit, you're thinking, well, if I just move that bag for life out the way,
fire extinguisher,
my shot is going to look so much better. And bit by bit, I've come to the point now where I'm orchestrating large bits of the day, but because the couple, they don't know what's going on. It's a crazy day. Yeah. And if you know that if you take a couple of steps just to move something or turn a light off, it's going to improve their film. They're definitely going to appreciate it, rather than they don't need the harsh reality of life. We're hired to make things look almost better than they are, right?
That's it. And I think and all of that comes with experience, doesn't it? You start to spot things that now you're doing without even thinking. So I think like if one of my bride's shots could be ruined if she's got a chunk of her fringe blown across her forehead or something, so I feel like, let's just stop, I'm just gonna, is it alright if I touch your hair? Yeah, there we go, brilliant. And also that then gives them a bit more confidence that I'm looking out for those things as well, to be like, do I look good now? Yeah, you look amazing.
Hi guys, just a quick break from the episode to tell you about some filmmaking products I've developed. The first are Rudogs. These are custom-made wind noise reducers designed for the Sony TX650 and 660 microphones. Rudogs not only help reduce wind noise and heavy breathing sounds, they also make the TXs look a little bit more like microphones and less like vapes. Here's a very unscientific demonstration of their effectiveness. For this test, I held two TXs at my office fan at the same time, one with a Rudog on and one without. This is the recording without a Rudog. And this is the one with the Rudog. Without and with. The other product is the Yeti strap. This is a storage solution that can fit up to 6 Sony TXs, and it has a Velcro backing so it can be attached to the inside of most camera bags. It helps keep all your TXs together and stops them getting scratched. All these products are available from my shop, ru-films.com/shop, or follow the link in the description of the podcast. Now back to the episode. Right then, I want to get into the big thing that is happening in the RKN universe right now, which is Wedola.
Yes.
So, can you break down for us what Wedola is, how it came about, and what it's for?
Of course, yeah. So Wedola is a CRM, which, if you don't know what a CRM is, it's a customer relationship manager. So some people may have heard of platforms like Dubsado, Studio Ninja, 17 Hats. They're popular options that have been around for a little while. So Wedola is a wedding-specific CRM. So the other options right now that are kind of leading the space are creative CRMs, not necessarily targeted or tweaked specific to weddings, which can sometimes mean that some of the features on the legacy platforms don't always work exactly how we do. So when, I think it was a year or so ago, one of my friends was setting up one of these competitor platforms, and me being the tech person that everyone asks for help, they said, can you help me set this thing up? And I remember looking at it and thinking, oh God, that looks awful. Like, I don't even know, that looks hard to me. Like, I don't even want to look at it. And I remember then asking other people, like, what CRM do you use? And they were like, oh, use this one, use that one. But I had to pay a lady $2,500 to set it up for me. And I was thinking, oh, Jesus Christ, this is a lot of money. So I started thinking, right, well, I need a CRM. I'm going to look and see which one I like. And I went on a few of them, and I thought, I don't like the name of it. Like, I just don't like the brand name. Or I don't like the interface. It's just too, looks like a spreadsheet. Oh, that one looks nice, but it's £80 a month, and I just don't want to commit to. I'm really tight. Like, I'll figure out something myself for less than £80 a month. So I thought, oh, I wonder if I could. I reckon I could make a CRM. Turns out I can't. Because
who has that thought?
Even though I have, from what, oh God, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, whatever, did a degree in computer science. What I learned back then does not exist anymore. So I decided to get a quote from a software developer. Literally Googled CRM build platform or something, and got a few quotes. Sent out a thing to all these software developers to get quotes back, and they responded. And we were looking at about 150 grand. And at that point I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's not something really that I can go ahead with right now or ever. So I shelved it. And then I started, I don't like to be defeated, Rue, that's the problem. And so then I started looking again, and I thought, no, do you know what, I'm going to have a go and build it myself. And I tried to build it with some app building websites and failed miserably. I'm clearly not as smart as I thought I was. So I went back to the drawing board, trying to reach out for a few more quotes, and some came back less than that original sum. And I thought, oh, do you know what? Let's just do it. Because if you just don't take business is a gamble, and if you don't take that gamble, you never know. And then someone else will do it. And I wish I'd done it. So I started paying some installments for how I wanted it to look, which I just designed on Photoshop, and just said, guys, I don't know anything. I literally don't know anything. I'm hoping that you can just do your thing, and this is what I would like it to do. And it was just a diary, basically. And then I was like, oh, actually, can it do this as well? And they're like, yes, it's extra cost. I was like, right, okay. So we gradually built the wireframe out. They created an MVP, which is a minimum viable product, which is like what you start with, the bones, basically. Yeah. And that took about 6 months. And the team that I was working with was amazing, but I was spending a lot of money that I thought I need to stop at some point and just get this product out there. The whole time I've been putting the feelers out for what people don't like about their current CRMs, and trying to work on that and how I can make a solution that's not better, but just more suited for what their needs are. So the product was originally, Wedola was just going to be a really, really basic system. I went on holiday to Hawaii, and I just couldn't sleep because of the time difference. I thought, no, do you know what? I'm gonna log in and I'm gonna see if I can start tweaking stuff behind my developers' backs. Obviously, I'm allowed to do that. It's my product, but I thought I'm gonna mess something up and break it. But I would just start with little things like, okay, how can I change the color of that button? How can I change the wording? And then I started looking at how the logic and the conditional languages and everything work in between. After that, I got the bug for it. So from January, I've taken over all of the development myself, and I feel like I'm fluent in another language now. Anything that anybody wants, I can do it. And if I can't do it immediately, I'll figure out a way. And it's been just so rewarding and so fun to be able to turn what was a basic product into a viable alternative to the options that people have struggled with. I take every single piece of feedback on board and will push an update out the next day. Like, I'll say, yeah, it'll be done. Give me 10 minutes. All today I've been working on the Stripe implementation for the car payments and also the signing of the contracts, which, yeah, probably should have had it launched, but it was something that I didn't realize I could do. So I can't wait to push that out. I've got so many plans for it, and it's turned into just such a huge passion and part of my life. And to have the feedback from people that are using it and loving it, and I get subscribers every day, people signing up to new accounts every day, and I'm like,
is that a massive dopamine hit when they sign up?
It is. I'm like, I can't believe I've done it.
Yeah, you built this product. It's insane. What an insane undertaking. But I want to break it down to Wedola. So say if a wedding filmmaker now, if they were to sign up to Wedola, what is it going to give them? What features do they get? What can they use it for?
Okay, so first off, the most important thing I think is the contact form. That's going to be where you're starting funneling in your inquiries from either your Instagram bio or primarily your website. So you're going to create a custom contact form, which is like name, email, wedding day, but you can also add your own custom fields to that. You can put that on your website. When new inquiries come in, you're going to get a notification on the app. You're going to get an email that's going to say whether you're available just from looking at your phone. You can then save time by tapping on a quick reply to send like a template back to them, but you get the chance to tweak it before it's sent. Yeah. So it's not just like, hi, I am available. So you get the chance to tweak that there.
You can personalize it to the person and maybe mention something about their venue or something like that.
That's literally what I do. Yeah. Your venue's amazing. Insert venue.
Never been there. Love it.
Yeah. Sounds great. And then you can make as many of those as you want. You've got like auto reply to inquiries for like, hey, I've received your email. I'm going to get back to you. You got the red receipts. This is such a big one. I think that's just worth the money by itself, is that you can actually see when your emails are being read and opened by your clients, right? You can do, God, it's just grown so much. You can do contracts, invoicing, planner. You can see when your deliverables are due. So when you make an account, you've got like a little slider when your deliverables due, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, 10 weeks. And that will just put like a little note on your planner to say, oh, Rory and Karen's video's due today. Syncs with your calendar. You can do, automatic emails. So I set all of my emails up to go out like 6 weeks before the wedding with a link to questionnaires. So questionnaires, you can do like your booking form. They can upload pictures of themselves for their client portal profile thing. Store the links to their video galleries. And I don't want to give too much away, but I've been approached by a popular video delivery platform that you definitely know and I know about talks of an integration with that platform. So for videographers, It could be a real winner. Oh, what else? Invoices, contracts, signing everything, just everything you could possibly need. And I'm not stopping anytime soon. So by the time this episode goes out, I'm sure it will do the dishes for you as well.
Because it's amazing, isn't it? Because I know there's some people out there that don't use a CRM at all. They've got spreadsheets doing things, which is unbelievable. Yeah. So, but yeah, and you can make that work. But a CRM is going to handle so much because there's, first of all, let's go right back. So you got your contact form. People are sending in an inquiry through there, and you put your custom fields in, so you can get whatever information you want from them.
Yeah.
That whole process is like a major part of my business. My background, like to work out that I like data and stats, and I'm collecting my data and stats from that contact form. So and I have my prices off my website to encourage more inquiries,
leads.
So more leads. So I'm getting
we don't call them leads at Wedola, but I was just saying that for your benefit. So people understand.
I want more leads to come in, more inquiries, the more, because I get more data. But then people always say about the bad thing about how not only price on your website, you do get more inquiries, more leads, which means a lot of kind of sending emails. But with Wedola, like
2 taps and you've effed it off, and you can archive it, and it saves a lot of time. And one of my friends, Lou, who's a makeup artist, she's a bit of a technophobe, I'll be honest, and I installed it on a Squarespace for her like a couple of days ago, and then she started getting she's like, I've got my first inquiry on Wedola, and it's come through on her phone. She's like, right, what do I do now? I said, right, you just go onto the app. And she said, oh, I love the way it previews it before you send it. I can see exactly what it's going to look like, because we've introduced things like merge tags as well now, so you can like insert the curly brackets for things like invoices and contracts. She's like, this has just changed my life, because she before was sending out emails from a Hotmail account and just getting ghosted and just being like, I don't know if they even got it. So
and now she can see if they've read it, because you get the read receipts and stuff like that.
So when they say, oh, sorry, I've only just read your email, you're lying.
We saw when you opened it.
Literally.
So you can create, so then like they go through that process. If they decide that you reply with like your brochure or whatever on the email, that's all embedded in, right?
Yeah.
So you put a click.
You basically, so the main function, or let's say emphasis on Wedola is email deliverability. So all of the emails are getting sent from a dedicated IP, and we don't use attachments. So there's a file section within Wedola where you upload, say, your brochure. Let's say you've got a PDF brochure that's 30 meg. You do not want to be attaching that to an email, because that's going to go straight into a junk. So that will give you like a Wedola link. You can then paste that into your templates, so that you can say like, hey, here's a link to my brochure, and it will take them to the file hosted on Wedola, so that you pretty much guarantee that it's going to go into the client's inbox. And so far, we've had 100% success rate with delivery. So I'm really hoping we're going to keep that up.
Because that's a major thing, especially with like Hotmail accounts and Outlook accounts. I've found like going straight into the spam folder, in the junk folder. So you've been proactive with how this has been built to make sure you can avoid that as much as possible. Definitely.
And I think also, not only because I wanted it to work, but I had such bad anxiety of people going, oh, let's try this Wedola thing then, and then being like, yeah, none of my emails are getting delivered. That would just
kill it down.
That would freak me out, and word would spread. So I'm really proud of our delivery rate. I check it every day. I'm like, and then I saw, we had a bounce the other day, and I realized it's because someone put in a fake email address. So I let that one off. But because I think that's half of the battle, isn't it? Getting your messages back through to your client in a quick manner.
Can you, because I know you can automate everything, so it sends things on the time frames that you specify. So does it create like a workflow? Like, so once someone wants to book in, do you like turn on a certain workflow and it's going to send things out at a certain time? Like you send out a contract, they sign it, then it automatically sends an invoice. Does it work like that?
Kind of. So I still wanted to keep some, because as part of the feedback during the creation of Wedola, some people were saying like, the platform I'm using right now is it's kind of out of control with how much stuff it is automating, and I still want to be able to kind of confirm each step. And I looked at how we work in the wedding industry. We all follow a similar process. So Wedola is not just for videographers and photographers, it's also for florists, makeup artists, hair artists, and we all follow a similar process, right? Inquiry, booking, payment, balance, turn up, and job done. Something along those lines. So it's all kind of worked around that. So the client doesn't go into a workflow. And again, that was because another reason was because some people are like, I don't even know what is a workflow. How can I predict what's going to happen at this point of time, and I want to be able to be in control of that. So there's workflows, as in there's automated emails, but you will most of the time manually push the client through those steps with a confirmation, and it will suggest what is next. So let's say someone's inquired and they're ready to book. You can click add as a client, and it'll say, do you want to add Jackie as a client? Do you want to map the partner's name from the field that she's put on your contact form as partner? And you go, yeah, cool. Right, James has gone in there. She's put her Instagram. Let's map that to her Instagram. And then you create that client portal. You can I keep calling it portals because client portal is coming soon, but it's a profile right now. You can have a picture of them. And I really encourage people to upload a picture of their couples because it's a really nice visual representation of them when you're like going through all their data, and it's used in certain places. I normally just steal it off their Instagram once they've booked me, or get them to upload it in the booking form. I say, please can you upload your favorite picture of the two of you? And they're like, yeah, cool. And then I show them, look, you're on my Wedola, and they're like, oh my god, that's amazing. And so once they're booked, you would send them your booking form. You can see when they've read it, you can see when they just looked at it, you can see once they filled it in, you'll get a copy of all of the answers. You then create your contracts with that information. They can then sign your contract. You can then click to convert the contract to an invoice. Then they can then pay by bank transfer. They can pay by card. Once that's done, do you want to change Jackie to booked? Yes. And then if you've got an email workflow set up for when they've confirmed, like thanking them so much for their booking, you can't wait to work with them, then that goes out. Then you add their wedding to your Wedola planner, which is going to synchronize with your phone. It's got all of the AI stuff for the social handles, for reorganizing your timeline. You can save the timeline as a wallpaper on your phone. God, there's...
What's the timeline of the wedding day? So when they kind of input the information, it's going to create a little...
wallpaper
for your phone. Oh, amazing.
And I got that idea from working with photographers, and they would be like, right, group shot time, someone take my phone, and I'd be like, oh, so you've just screenshot that and put it as your wallpaper. So now I've made that better. It's a purpose-built wallpaper with a particular part of what you need on your phone, or you can have it as a PDF, or you can send it to your second shooter. You can do all of those things, and then you can then send follow-up emails after the wedding as well. So you could set a workflow that's like 1 year after the end of the wedding. Just email them, say happy birthday. Do you want to buy the raw footage? Not happy birthday, happy anniversary. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Merry
happy
Christmas.
Wedding video birthday. Happy anniversary. PS, do you want to buy the raw footage for 500 quid? So you can just kind of implement those things throughout, and you can use as much of the features or as little as you like, which I think is good. Some people might just want to use the invoicing because maybe they don't have Xero, or they don't know how to make a contract and they're doing it in Microsoft Word, and now that just does it all for you.
And it keeps all your clients' information is all kept together in that space as well, so it's easy to go to, access, and keep it all organized. Mm-hmm. And so what elements of Wedola are you most proud of?
I think the element that I'm most proud of is the design, and that's the feedback that I get from most people, is that the design is actually a pleasure to use. Without being too techie, I think a lot of people that are not tech literate struggle with being overwhelmed very easily with geeky looking things, right? So that's why I kind of tried to make it easy on the eye, soft shapes, normal English that we can understand, that's relevant to people that work in weddings. So yeah, I feel like the design, I really like. It makes me feel like squishy and not like I'm working with numbers and data. So yeah, and that's been the feedback as well. They're like, oh, it's just so much nicer to use. I just love it.
And because I mean, I'm a bit of a nerd, but I know most of us in this field, like, if you were, we kind of lean towards the artistic side of things, right? So kind of numbers and stuff isn't really in our ballpark, where we appreciate aesthetics and usability more than anything. And I feel like you've really focused on that with Wedola to make it beautiful to look at and to use. So Bronte, Dan, and Steve, like they've all took up Wedola recently, and they are obsessed with it. But that's what's really I found really interesting about Wedola is usually someone gets a CRM, then you know it's a CRM and they're happy with it, they use it. I've never known people preach about CRMs before, and these three people, they're almost nauseating with it, like how much they're banging on. And I think what they've found was been incredible is they've all I know Steve and Dan have both moved from different CRMs, so they've had experience with them before, and there's certain features that they was missing, so they've contacted you, and sometimes within hours you have actually added them as a feature, which is phenomenal. That direct line of contact with you, I can't imagine that's very sustainable, but I mean it's amazing that you've been doing that to actually create a product that is perfect for people.
Yeah, no, that's really satisfying as well, to be able to just be like, yeah, do you know what, that's a really good idea, I'm going to put that on, and then I add it to the features list and I say it's recommended by Daniel Yates Films or whatever. So,
but it's Dan, isn't it? Like, because when he first moved over, he was like, oh, I'm not sure, because he was so kind of like linked to his old CRM, and he wasn't sure. But then, literally, it was like a flick. He was like, no, this is the perfect for me, and it's like, he's fully converted.
I think Steve's he's once he subscribed, I thanked him, and he was like, yeah, do you know what? I should probably start using it. And now he's like full into it.
Yeah.
And Bronte sends me like secret messages of other people talking about it. I'm like, yes, this is great. I love the most important thing is that people are enjoying it. And if there was ever like a particular reason why people wouldn't use it, I would definitely take that on board and fix that. The only problem I have really is that I've got two big problems with it right now. Number one, not enough people know about it. And number two, I said it too bloody cheap. Like it's because
very cheap for a CRM.
Yeah, it's so cheap that at some point in the next year, I think I'm going to put the price up by a little bit, not a huge jump, but just as it does more. Basically, like the cost to me is based on the amount of activity that's within the platform. A bit like how VidFlow charge for like gigabytes of stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, I've nearly like used all of that I thought I never was going to use, so I need to go to the next level up basically for the server. So I may need to implement some price increases as we go along, but anybody that subscribes, that price is then locked in, so they won't receive an increase. Whatever you subscribe at, that's going to be your price for life, and
for life.
Yeah, well.
So what's it currently at the minute?
How long am I going to live? I don't know. It's £9 a month at the moment.
Which is ridiculously cheap. So
I was an idiot, but it's because I thought that it was just going to be a pretty diary, and then now it doesn't.
Because it's just over £100 for a year, then, right?
Yes.
And everything else that you look at is you're looking closer to £300 a year, I'd say, something like that for the other CRMs. Yeah.
I think probably next year I'm looking at maybe between £12 a month and 12, 13, maybe small increments where necessary for me to be able to sustain the same amount of performance, let's say. Long term, I would like to be able to take my hands off the customer service side and have a team of people doing that for me, just because I take on a lot, Roo, and
I know you do, mate. There's a limit to it, but if people jump on it now, they can get a lifetime of £9 a month. Is that right?
That is correct.
Yeah, well, I'm subscribing, mate. I'm going to jump on. I'm going to get my £9 a month locked in. But because I'm in the same boat, I want to move over because it's perfect. I want to support you because I believe in you as a person. I know that what you create for this community is always going to be amazing. So I want to jump on for that. But I'm so ingrained in my one at the minute, and it's the middle of the season. I've not got the time to be dicking about with my CRM and moving things over. And I will make that leap.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want that. You just don't need that stress, do you? So I feel like the best approach, if you're interested, is have a look at the features, but maybe wait until out of wedding season when you've got your 2 weeks free trial. Start it then, and then just go through all of the setup, and then at least you're not going to feel like, oh, I haven't got time. And you can. The first thing to do would be to implement your contact form on your website, then you know that any new stuff that's coming in is going to go straight into Wedola. You can see how easy it is. Whilst you kind of phase out your old one. A lot of people are in contracts as well for their old ones, so we only have like a monthly contract at Wedola. So yeah,
what's beautiful about this product is that it's all you, and you're one of us, and you know how we work, and you know what we need, and you've been able to get hands on and actually putting those things in place fast. But also because you're a one-man band, it's kind of, I guess some people would be concerned about putting or having all their business in a product that's only run by one person, and is that sustainable?
Of course. Well, let me say the platform that it is built on is a very, very, I'm not going to say which one it is, but it's a very, very well-known platform that in terms of the actual like data security, privacy, and all of the things you might worry about from a data perspective, all fully taken care of. Actually, day to day, the platform from my side doesn't need any maintenance. It's all, the way that it's been built is all very self-proficient. There's nothing that needs to be done, and some days I don't do anything and I can just see people using it. But in the near future, in terms of customer service and any support that they may need, I'm definitely going to have to hand that over to an additional person, whether that be me as well. And I guess we all startups kind of start in someone's garage, don't they? And then end up into something amazing. And like I said earlier, I don't give up. People are going to like it, and that's the main thing.
You've done the hard bit though, haven't you? The hard bit was the initial process of getting out there. So from now on, it's like it's just literally refining.
Yeah.
And with that, what kind of features are you looking to add in the near future?
So I wrote a long list, right, that would on my phone, on my notes on my phone, and I've done all of them now, except for we've got Client Portal, which so just this week we've done the Stripe implementation. I say we because I have had some help from the original developers. Stripe implementation, the digital signing of the contracts I did myself today. Oh, it's so lovely to be able to just sign with your finger, and it's really nicely laid out as well. So love that. Client Portal incoming, so probably next month or a couple of months max. So your client will be able to have like a password protected page. They can go look at the contract again, the invoice, just everything that you've sent them, but in one place. And then the most obvious thing that I need to do is the bloody instructions. I've provided no knowledge base, just a holding page, because every time I got around to adding some time to write that, I would add 10 more features, and I thought, oh Jesus, I need a month basically to go through and write the help section. But thankfully it's pretty self-explanatory, so it hasn't been a complete disaster.
Yeah. I can see some YouTube videos coming soon of you explaining and going through.
I'm going to be, hey guys, it's Russell from Wedola. Today I'm going to show you how to create your contact form and embed it onto your website. And then that's literally going to be it, like a 5-minute video for each part. And then just hope to God that I don't change the feature the next day and have to redo the video. That's been the thing. I've just kept adding and adding and adding to the point of making the instructions. I probably would have had to go back and change it again. So I thought, let's wait till I get some time and we'll do them properly.
Yeah. And can you, at the minute, if you're a person like me that has multiple brands, can you do brand switching now? Like you have multiple accounts?
I remember you asked about that. So I laid the groundwork for the account switching, and then I think the Stripe or the digital signing took priority of that. So I undid what I did with the account switching, and I asked a few people and they said it's not something I would use. So right now it's not on the priority list, I'll be honest, Roo.
God damn it.
But I think so for the other people that have inquired about that, I basically just given them an additional subscription at a lower cost, so that they can then just have it in 2 browsers, and it just keeps everything separate. But basically anything that enough people shout about, I will do. Just wasn't a priority at the minute, I'll be completely honest. I think most people that are using it are solopreneurs running one wedding business at a time. We're not all
I'm a quite unique situation, I guess.
All ballers like you.
Okay, that kind of fits into my next question as well. Now, this question came from my friend Ali Kings, who is Russell Nicholls super fan.
I have heard about Ali, and I'm looking forward to, maybe he can come a second shoot for me or something like that, because I feel like he's on the Lumix, isn't he?
He is. And if he's listening to this right now, he'll be crying in delight. And he was absolutely fuming. He had to shoot a wedding on Coda, and he was really looking forward to getting to meet you. So
I was just thinking
he should get to meet you this year. He'll get to meet you at the Coda this year.
Cool.
But the question that he wanted to ask was, like, how are you able to spin so many plates? Because, like, I know you've got lots of things going on. He wanted to know, what does a standard Russell Nicholls day look like? What is your, from wake up to free, what are you doing? How do you find the time?
God, I'm going to be completely
honest. What's a day in a life?
Okay, so I get up 5:30. I go down.
5:30?
Yeah, I go downstairs and I have a pint of orange squash and a caffeine tablet. 10 minutes later, I'm taking on the world. I'm in that shower, eyebrows are being drawn on. I'm out to the gym. I'm doing 2 hours of calisthenics, high on the pre-workout and caffeine tablets. Then I'm smashing a meal deal, going straight to the computer, and I am Wedolaing or editing a wedding video, which I feel like doing more that day. And then, robots sorting the house out. So the lawn's being cut by the same mower that you've got. The robots are mopping and doing the vacuuming, so that's all done.
I've got the same one of them as you now as well. So
it's just, honestly, I haven't mopped my floor for about a year and a half, and it looks better than it ever did. So I highly recommend robots for boring things. If only one could do the laundry, then I'd be sorted.
Oh, God, imagine.
And that's pretty much it. Don't drink. I rarely go out. I'm definitely on some sort of spectrum where I just can't stop working because I love it. And then if I can't sleep because of all the caffeine, I take a serotonin. So I've got me uppers and me downers for my productivity.
So what time do you stop working on a day?
Oh,
Is there a time?
9:30, 10 p.m.
Really? So like, do you do you have your dinner and then go back
Sometimes,
to work?
Or if I'm feeling kind to myself, I'll go, oh, do you know what? Can't be asked, and then I'll go back the next day. But I think that's the nice thing about having a separate space for work. Whereas before I was working out in my spare room, and I felt like, washing machine's beeping, or I just wouldn't get as much done because I couldn't. I really need to be all or nothing. Like, I will sit on the computer and 7 hours has gone and I'm like, oh my God. But I can be super productive. Are
you just like that then? Do you have to put anything in place to stop yourself getting distracted during kind of like your editing hours, for example?
I think I hyper focus. Yeah. I don't know if I've got ADHD or like the opposite or something, but I'm mental when it comes to not backing down. I feel like I get a buzz from working hard.
Yeah.
And but the last 2 years ago, I got diagnosed with a rare genetic disease that's basically distorting. It's a muscle waste disease, and it's distorting my hands. I've got it looks like arthritis. I'm turning basically into Gollum. All of my muscles on my calves, so my calf muscles have just completely disappeared, and they're not coming back. Finding pain when I walk, and that was one of the reasons why I got rid of the Ronin 4D, because of the whole grip situation. Become very self-conscious of that, and that's another reason why I'm exercising so much, to try not to lose my ability to do like the walking and the gripping and things like that. So I'm doing a lot of activities to keep active and do all of these things while I still can. That was another reason, I think, why the plan for Wedola came into play, because I thought if it gets to a point where I'm physically not able to go to the weddings or film the stuff, at least I've got an income or a project that I can do from the comfort of a chair, let's say. It's a lot worse in the winter as well. Everything seizes up so much I can't even open my hands to wash my face in the shower till they're warmed up. So forward thinking, if I can in a few years' time do less weddings and have Wedola as my main source of income, I would really like to consider relocating somewhere warmer where my condition does feel better. So that's something that I've been thinking about doing. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm just trying to get as much stuff done as I can while I still can.
So sorry to hear that, dude. Like, I know you spoke to me brief about it before when we met, and
yeah, I couldn't remember if I'd mentioned it already, and I don't want to be like don't want the pity vote, because I'm tough. So yeah,
but also it's important. I think it's an important to know this about you as a person, because it makes so much sense about a lot of the things in your life, or what you're doing and the intensity that you're doing at. Because do you feel it's almost like a timer that you're racing against in terms of your physical ability? Because is that literally what's going to happen at one point? Will you perhaps not be able to walk? Is that potential?
So there's various scales of this, like of the severity of the disease. The disease is called Charcot-Marie-Tooth syndrome, and it's got nothing to do with sharks or teeth. It's just a really strange name. And it's basically,
'cause it sounds cool, but it's actually deadly horrible.
Sounds like shark tooth, but it's not. It's crap. It's progressive, and yeah, that I when I first got the official diagnosis, I went on a Facebook group for like Charcot-Marie-Tooth survivors, and I was like, oh my god, I can't look at these people. I'm not going to end up like that. So I left the group, and I thought, right, I'm going to the gym, and I'm just gonna. I know I eat crap, but Libra balance. Doctor told me diet won't solve it, so that's all I need to know.
There's the pass.
Yes, so I'm just enjoying myself. Yeah, I don't. Possibly, I could end up in a wheelchair. It's more like the walking and the feet pain that it's people looking at me that is the worst thing, I think, because I know I'm not normal, but I look fairly normal from a disability standpoint, that people are like, why are you walking like that? And I'm like, I can't be bothered to get into it. So, yeah, especially at weddings, when you stood in front of 200 people in a ceremony, it does cross my mind what people are thinking. But I think you get to a point where you don't really care so much, and you just, whatever. Just got to get on with it, haven't you? My mum, I think I inherited it from my mum, who is disabled through different things. So I've kind of always had like a medical aura about the family. So I'm just trying to, I've learned from her to be glass half full, not glass. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fair play to you, man. Like, and you always seem to have such a positive attitude about everything in your life as well. And
you have to, though, don't you? You have to have a good sense of humour. Otherwise, what's it all about?
Yeah, exactly, man. But
it's not going to kill me. It's just going to make my life really miserable. So there's that.
So there's that.
Yeah. So I'm going to absolutely smash it until that day comes.
Yeah. And you are, man. You are. So I'm going to go into the final question, man.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure to have you on, as always. I love you to bits, dude. You're a fantastic person. You are an incredible filmmaker, but more than anything, you're a fantastic person, and you bring so much to the community. And it was such an honor to have you at the first ever Coda speaking. That was was a real dream of mine to have you on there, and I was delighted you said yes.
It was a dream of mine, but I'm so embarrassed thinking about how like almost close to vomiting I was for being nervous. But do you know what? I did it, and that was what matters. But yeah, that was just so nice. I can't wait to meet everybody again this year and have it and experience it from the other side.
Yes.
Basically no
nerves.
No, yeah. And just actually enjoy it rather than thinking, shit, my presentation's now. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing some of the people I met last time, and meeting all the people that couldn't come last time and coming this year. Yeah, it's amazing. It's such an amazing thing that you've done for our industry, because we spend so much time alone, and to be able to have that day when you can be like, yeah, do you know what? These are my people. We all understand the same terminology when nobody else in our family does. Really nice to be able to hang out and have a day off from the edit. So yeah, can't wait for this year's.
Oh man, it'd be great. Yeah, can't wait to see everybody again. But thanks for everything, dude. But this last question I like to ask everybody is, what were the biggest light bulb moments in your career so far, when something suddenly made sense and helped you progress or find the path you wanted to take? Deep question, isn't it?
Such a deep question. I rebranded basically in 2020, I think it was. That was when things really changed for me. I'm not even going to say my old brand name, and you will not make me say it. It was so shit. And then
what was
I
it?
just no, not happening. I just like came out as a videographer, as my own brand name, and after that I felt like, right, this is my platform, I'm doing it my way. And then from there I really felt that getting rid of a brand name and just being me helped my career a lot, because I was able to be more genuine and be more personal, and I feel like in our industry that really works with connections. Yeah, that was it really, probably rebranding and being myself.
So just leaning into who you are as a person, putting, because you do put yourself out there quite a lot, don't you, on like socials and your stories really, and stuff. But I think you have people really are drawn to you, and I think there's a lot. I don't know. There's a lot of reasons why, but I think the main thing is that you seem such a genuine person, and you put a bit of everything out there, don't you, about your life? So it interests everybody. I think it's not just all video stuff, although there's a lot of that. It's a bit of everything from your life.
I probably am an oversharer, if I'm completely honest. But people, when I work with photographers for the first time, they go, "You are actually just like what you are on Instagram," and I'm like, "Well, yeah. What was I gonna be like? I'm actually, unfortunately, this mental in real life." So. Yeah, I think being able to showcase the power of Instagram stories, really, people should do more of it, and really, well, you never know what you're going to get. Is it going to be a video of my cat being sick? Is it going to be my dinner at the drive-thru, or am I going to be on a mountain filming an elopement? You just never know. So tune in next week. You never know.
Are you intentional with like kind of posting time? Is there a strategy behind any of it, or is it literally just whatever?
Yes. So stories anytime I tend to get like the best, if I've had a little break from stories, get the best engagement after a little break, like after the last one's expired, let's say. But posting wise, I typically tend to post 6 p.m. on a weekday, except Friday. Never Friday and Saturday. Sunday and Monday is a good post evening for me, 6 p.m. But you say all that, you post one and it tanks, and you think, oh bollocks, and the next time you do it and it absolutely takes off. So who knows? Yeah.
So, but when it comes to the story side of things, that's literally a case of as and when, and you just...
As and when. But there's always, even if I'm posting something not connected with weddings, there is always an element of business behind that, whether I'm trying to showcase parts of my life that are maybe relatable.
I think our couples do kind of want to know us to a certain extent, don't they?
Yeah.
And it is cool when I'll turn up to a wedding and people will say something to me and they go, "How did that go? Like your kids' football?" Like, how do you know that?
You forget that you've live streamed it on your stories. No, it's really nice though when people remember stuff like that. It's really cute.
But mate, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you for having me.
On one of the hottest days of the year as well. I'm sweating in my office.
I'm dying for a vape, I can't tell you.
You've done well, mate.
This is the longest I've ever been without a vape, and I normally wake in the night for hunting around.
Not the old tooting the old spice flute in the middle of the night.
I'm hunting around in my duvet like a truffle pig for it.
Well, I should definitely let you go, mate. But thank you ever so much. I shall see you in October at Coda.
Thank you. Honestly, can't wait. I might even have a little drink if I'm feeling that way obliged.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the podcast. To find out more about what we have to offer in terms of our conference and also our educational resources, visit coda-conference.com.